So nuclear stocks have been absolutely taking off today, and it's really starting to look like nuclear is starting to break out. A lot of speculation, a lot of people have been talking about nuclear the last few months, and it's starting to show in the setups, in the flow. It's starting to come to fruition. So let's talk about it. We're going to be talking about the new deal that just got announced with Saudi Arabia and Trump that helps nuclear stocks. We're also going to be talking about the technical setups on some of these nuclear stocks and the sector flow increase. So without further ado, I want to waste no time. Let's get right into it. So the big news today: President Trump has sent a landmark U.S. slash Saudi nuclear agreement to Congress, potentially expanding American nuclear involvement in the kingdom. The agreement still hinges on Saudi Arabia's normalizing relations with Israel. If this comes to fruition, this is huge news for nuclear companies because this gives nuclear companies another customer, another huge customer in Saudi Arabia, which they have a ton of money. And it really shows how much Trump values and this Trump administration values nuclear, because nuclear, you need, at this point, if you want to start powering these data centers, you're going to have to get these nuclear plants up and running. It's the fastest way. It's very cost efficient. They do take time to get up, which is another problem. But that's why we look at small companies like small that have this small modular reactors where you can get them up very quickly. So this sent nuclear stocks soaring today. Constellation's up 1.82%. It's slowly crawling way back. This stock is not a very volatile stock, but if we look at stocks like SMR, this is a more speculative company. They're up 8.4% today. From lows of 7.20, they're now near $10 now, looking to break out. We'll get into that a little bit. And then we get into Oklo. Oklo is starting to look like it's found its bottom, and now it's starting to make its way up. But even the ETF, uranium nuclear ETF, starting to make its way up again back to these highs. But I did want to share, even sector flow is number one right now. It's got a plus $2 million cash or net flow today. It's the biggest. It's got the most bullish sentiment right now, 71% sentiment. So this is out of all these sectors: drones, photonics, lithium, defense, aerospace, solar, quantum, robotics, uranium, and nuclear has been the number one. And then let's just look at flow as well. SMR starting to bring in some bullish flow. We saw a $302,000 contract. We're seeing a lot more flow lately. Look at all this flow today. This is all August 25th. So a lot of flow is coming in. Especially today. This is very good, and for nuclear in general. Let's also look at Oklo. Oklo's flow. A ton of bullish flow as well. There's some put ones, but it's mostly bearish or mostly bullish today. Look at all this bullish flow. Some huge contracts too: 194,000, 151,000, 473,000. If we look at the bear ones, they're not too much. 83,000. They're under six figures. Most of them is near six figures. There's a ton of bullish flow. A lot of the big ones, it's a lot of money. Look at URA or the ETF too, if it works. I don't know why it's acting up, but anyways, you get the general census. There's a lot more eyes and volume on nuclear now, and it's starting to make its way up. Nuclear's been crushed with the rest of the market. For some reason, the market just did not respect nuclear. A lot of people took advantage of this. Now it's starting to make its way back. So we look at the technicals here. We saw this huge drawdown. For example, we'll just use the ETF for example. This huge drawdown. Overall markets pulled back. Nuclear pulled back hard. It's kind of found its bottom here. We double bottomed here around 37. Then we started rallying up. Now we're seeing a golden cross, and now we're passing the 200 SMA, which is very bullish. The technical setup is very good here. Again, we might have some consolidation from because we've had these huge moves up from 44 to 48. Some huge moves up. I do want to see a break above this zone here. If we can get a rectangle in here, if I can bring one in quick enough. We'll just do the brush here. I gotta look at it. But again, this is a nice supply zone here. We need to break above this. So if we do break above this, we could be targeting these highs here. This is probably would be the next zone here is around 50s to 60s. Again, this is an ETF. If we're looking at, if you want to, have some huge gains as well, you want to look at individual stocks. Oklo has been getting hammered from highs of $190 to now $44. It's starting to look like it's going to reverse a bit. We've kind of bottomed here. We've been consolidating a little bit. No, this is all energy being built up for a bigger move. Very nice bounce off the stop loss. Golden cross is now formed. And then we also have this breakout trend line here where we break above. We can see 50 again. And then we're going to test 50 again. And if we break through that, and the next thing would be the 200 SMA. We're going to have to test the 200 SMA probably around these levels here. Another great example, SMR. SMR is setting up beautifully. It's about to approach the 200 SMA here. We're about, if we can see a break above the next couple days above $10, would break this trend line and go and head straight to the 200 SMA. If we get past it, there's a ton of room of upside on this stock. It is more of a speculative stock, but if nuclear starts to pick up, which it has been the last 48 hours, don't be surprised if this stock gets in the 20s again. This is a very speculative name. It's not, the balance sheets don't look as good as like stocks like Constellation, but again, that's what happens when you change speculative names is you're going to get volatility. Constellation is, a less volatile name. They're more fundamentally sound. They don't move as much. Just looking at the chart here from highs of 400 to 278. Again, it's pretty much bottomed out now. We see these huge supply zones every time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are all just supply zones. Every time we see these, people are adding. Now we're getting to the point where market sentiment's, starting to become bullish more, and that will help Constellation. We are now above the 200 SMA. We're at a golden cross. We saw a golden cross, right? If we break above this trend line now, we could be headed straight towards 300s again. This is one of the most fundamentally sound nuclear companies you can buy out there. Companies like Oklo and SMR, they're more speculative. Even though I do own SMR and I own a little bit of the Constellation, SMR is more speculative. There's higher risk to it, but you have to learn how to manage risk. If you're able to take and know how to manage risk, you can buy stocks like this. I only own shares. I'm not leveraged in this. This is more of a long-term, gamble. Constellation is more my safe play here. Again, technically looking very good. Let's take a look at using our tool here. A ton of bullish flow. It's not a ton of volume on Constellation, but it is straight bullish flow. Not a lot of people know about. Not a lot of people touch this for some reason. We have this deal with Saudi Arabia. We have the stocks setting up well. But I did want to cover real quick about the long-term thesis of nuclear. Nuclear could be very big in the AI build out where we're going to need to build these nuclear plants and get these, small modular reactors and these nuclear plants as quick as possible because we need there is a power shortage in these data centers, and nuclear can power these data centers cost efficiently. Just to general census, if you're bullish on AI and you're bullish in the AI revolution, the build out, you have to be bullish on nuclear, because nuclear is essential to powering these data centers and getting these up. The biggest problem we see right now is data centers are getting canceled. Data centers, all you data centers being canceled record rate because they don't have enough power. There's a power shortage. There's resources demands. They can't power these data centers enough. So why are you going to build them? Grid capacity, transformer, switchgear, and again, all these components. But energy is a huge one. You have to be powering these data centers and Constellation. The more data everyone sees data centers pop up, right? That's how you're going to power them using nuclear. You're going to use, the fuel cells that Bloom Energy makes. Again, we always talk about Bloom Energy. If you're in the free Discord, you know about Bloom Energy. You know it's my biggest position, but you would only know if you join the Discord, which is completely free. Again, quick plug. First link in the description is the free Discord. It's completely free. All our alerts. We have tons of analysts, flow, literally institutional buying everything, a free, motivated, people love to talk stocks in here. So if you want to talk stocks with people, learn something, join the Discord's first link in the bio. And then if you do want to see how we find our stocks, how we find our breakouts, our levels, our GEX levels, order flow, it's all through our trading. So it's all through our market software. It's gonna be the second link in the bio. It is an affiliate link, but I use this every day. It is essential to my regiment on how I go about picking stocks and taking trades and investments. Anyways, getting back to it. Overall, nuclear is essential. The Trump administration is very bullish on nuclear. The Trump administration is aggressively backing a major expansion of nuclear energy to powering soaring electricity demand, partially for artificial intelligence data centers. The thesis is right in front of us. So when you see deals like this with Saudi Arabia, right? Trump administration deal with Saudi, this is extremely bullish. Trump's allowing nuclear companies within the U.S. to sell to Saudi Arabia and these other countries. He's going to crack deals for these nuclear companies within our country and help build our data centers as well and power our energy. Another stock I didn't want to talk about is Vistra Energy. Vistra is getting killed. It's been getting killed, but it's starting to bottom out. It's looking very good at these levels here. Every time, this is a few months back, this triangle completely broken. We dumped. But every time we see these huge dips, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Vistra looks good at these levels. Another huge energy company that is essential to the AI build out that has been not getting respect. Again, if we can break above the trend line, we could be headed straight back to 150s and possibly back up to 170s. So a lot of these nuclear stocks and these energy stocks are setting up good, including Bloom Energy. But if you want to see about our Bloom Energy thesis, you have to join the Discord. It's first link in bio. All right. So if you guys have any questions, join the Discord. It's free. Again, first link in the bio. But I did want to just come on here and cover, some of the nuclear news and like why people are like wondering why nuclear is going up. Again, sector money rotation has a lot to do with it. And then when market sentiment is starting to turn bullish and, money's starting to flow in, a lot of these stocks do well and they can do well very quickly. So without further ado, that concludes today's video. Again, if you guys do want to get access to our market software, it's going to be the second link in the description. There's an affiliate link there. This is essential to my trading regiment and how I go picking my trades. And then again, Discord's first link in the bio. So that's it for today, team. I'll see you guys in the next one.